Hi, everyone. My name is Ruby Powers, your board certified immigration attorney with Powers Law Group. Today, we're going to talk about staying informed, stay empowered, and knowing your rights in uncertain times. This is a hot topic. I'm board certified, practicing 16 years. Law firm is full service. So let's go ahead and dive into this. Everyone in the United States has certain fundamental rights, regardless of their immigration status. And some people don't realize that. So you have the right to remain silent, to an attorney, and protection against unlawful search and seizures. And there's a lot of really good resources about knowing your rights. I really refer a lot to the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, and that's where we got a lot of really good resources here. There's a lot of information that's going to continue to be coming out, but we wanted to make sure that you have this information at this point. So now you definitely should, everyone, especially if you don't have a status here in the United States right now, or if you have a mixed status home and you're concerned about your loved ones, you should be concerned of seeking legal consultation, and evaluating your case and see what your options are. You create a safety plan, having those contact information readily available, have assigned a trusted caregiver for children if you have my children under 18, and you collect essential documents like financial, like taxes, and civil documents like birth, marriage, those types of documents, and maintaining proof of residence. This will come into play later, either for cancellation of removal or potentially fighting off expedited removal. But these are things that always are helpful, or even for parole requests. Now, you want to make sure that you avoid immigration fraud. So make sure that you know that the person you're talking to is licensed, in good standing, that you know if someone says, "Oh, I can fill out a form," and okay, that no, that's not what immigration is. Immigration is more complex than that. That's just the tip of the iceberg. That's requesting information, but you need to make sure that you are eligible and know about the consequences of incorrectly filling out providing information to the government. So verify the credentials, check the reviews, make sure they're legitimate immigration attorney and they have experience. And with any doubt, you can always check the American Immigration Lawyers Association has a database of lawyers. So be aware of notario fraud. In the US, it's like $70, $80. You do a course and you fill out some forms and you get a notary stamp. In some countries, it's a notary is actually above and more experienced and revered above an attorney. And so this is where it is confusing to certain individuals. And so this is something to consider. But normally we're talking about when someone says, "Oh, I can just fill that out," then usually it's going to be a problem. So preparing for policy changes, we're going to see a lot of changes on January 20th, and we're going to be here for you, Powers Law Group, to reviewing, updating, getting this information out. Some things we're concerned about is what's going to happen with humanitarian paroles, what's going to happen with DACA, what's going to happen with TPS. So, we're saying review those options, look to see what's out there. Maybe you need to renew them, but have a consultation, evaluate what your situation is. So we already know that DACA is not allowing new applications. But we don't, some people have been renewing that right now because if they do get rid of DACA, we don't know if they'll say there's a hard stop or there's a phase out period where people can at least use it until their expiration date. Temporary protected status, there's a lot of countries with TPS and there's been expanded over the last 4 years or so. This is something we're also concerned about to make sure that we don't know if it's going to be the same thing, if they just won't continue it or if they'll do a phase out. We don't know. So make sure you evaluate your backup plan. Now, for a lot of folks who had DACA or TPS and maybe are married to U.S. citizens or have U.S. citizen 21 and up children, definitely be evaluating whether if you have that advanced parole reentry permit that you can do adjustment, evaluate if you're eligible for that. This is really what you should have already done before now, but if not, maybe you're waiting for your child either to get turned 21 or you to get married. So evaluate, have a consult. Provisional waivers, we're a little concerned. We don't know what's going to happen with those, but we're hoping for the best. And that even if there is something that might be detrimental, that they'll be fought in litigation and postponed, and that we have a positive result in the end. So these are things to be thinking about. And, for if you are eligible for naturalization, just have a consultation and go after it and evaluate that. So, we're also suggesting people, if you're eligible for removing your work authorization, you should probably do it because we don't know how long things are going to take under the Trump administration. So this is a hot topic that a lot of people are concerned about because it's in a lot of fear mongering in the news, preparing for mass deportation. So I think that the Trump administration is going to try to do something with the Aliens Enemy Act and try to have detention and mass deportation. The biggest thing I would say is please, please, please go have a consultation, evaluate, connect with an attorney, have them review your case. If there's something to do with a Freedom of Information Act request or to find out, did somebody file for you or do something like that, it's better to do it now when there's a little bit of calm before you're in a reactionary mode. Remember, you can stay silent, request a lawyer if approached by ICE. Don't open the door unless they present a valid warrant signed by a judge. Make sure you have a safety plan. Please, please do this. Memorize the important phone numbers, at least one or two. Make sure children know where important information is, or you have a backup. You tell the children, this is a person to, if something were to happen. And I know it's unfortunate to have to say those things, but you do need to have a plan. Safeguard key documents. I would say have them somewhere safe, but also have them scanned so that if at a moment's notice, you ideally already have a relationship with an immigration attorney. You ideally can just forward those documents if they don't already have them. And I also say have some money on hand because if you get detained or if you need a bond, you're going to need money to pay for the attorney to get out on bond and to do those types of things. Now, interactions with ICE remains you have the right to remain silent. Do not open the door without a signed warrant from a judge, have them show it on the window, have them slide in underneath the door, consult an attorney. I mean, I would say as soon as possible. There's these new things that are coming out that if you think it's going to happen, that you could start alerting those, maybe even your consulate. I heard there's a program with the Mexican consulate coming out soon, but have a trusted contacts, memorize the critical information, and also have the schools have those information for who would take over if necessary. So we'll probably see a lot of federal court interventions. We'll see some backlogs and processing times. So it's definitely important if you're eligible for something. I would say go ahead and try to get those things moving forward. Things that are going to get a little bit slower and get a little bit crazier. Now, just to let you know, there's a lot of immigrants in the United States in some capacity, whether they're a U.S. citizen, legal permanent resident, or they don't have any status, or they do have some type of a temporary status. And there's been a lot of different changes over the years. Immigrants do contribute a lot to the economy, and we want to make sure that people know what their rights are. Now, this is a quick overview. We're going to continue to get more information out there. My name is Ruby Powers with Powers Law Group. We're going to have this in Spanish as well. Keep watching us on X, Blue Sky, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and do sign up for our newsletter so that way you can be informed. We speak Spanish, English. We have some French and Turkish also, and Portuguese. We're going to have, so this week was Stay Informed, Stay Empowered, and we also will have H-1Bs next week, Beyond Boundaries, Unlocking New Pathways for Family-Based Immigration, and also Navigating Court Removals and ICE check-ins. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll